Hey guys, we are back for block number 19 of our Minecraft Mob Head Blanket Block series. That is a mouthful and a tongue twister. But do you know how many of these little buggers we've made so far? Well, obviously, if we're on block 19, that means we've done 18. But I just wanted to recap them real quick for you. Creeper, chicken, skeleton, the bee, Enderman, pufferfish, iron golem. I remembered his name this time. This is the iron golem. Ghast, pig, husk, he's a desert zombie, wolf, sheep, fox, pillager, the villager with his pretty green eyes, strider, zombie, and the mushroom cow. That is how many we have made so far. So today we are doing number 19, the Guardian. The Guardian is like a pufferfish-esque. He is a hostile mob, and his one big giant eye follows you wherever you go, stares at you, and he always looks at his target. So for this project, I'm using mostly Premier Yarn, their Basics collection, which is a budget yarn, which feels pretty good for a budget yarn in my opinion, and intermixing in here and there with some I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby. Today's colors are all from the Basics collection. We are using sea glass, orange, black, white, red, and fern green. I am also using a 6mm hook for this entire project. Of course, you use whatever hook is appropriate for your yarn that you choose to use and the tension of your crocheting, because we all crochet differently. The graph that we go by is an 8x8 graph, meaning it is 8 bobble stitches wide and 8 rows tall. The stitches that you need to know how to do in order to do this project are the chain stitch, a single crochet in the back bump, and a bobble stitch, which is 5 double crochets together, followed by a single crochet. And you will also need to know how to change colors in the middle of the row, at the beginning of the row, at the end of the row, whenever is needed. Some of these blocks have a lot of color changes. If you are unsure of how to do this, have never done it before, or just need a little bit of a refresher, this next segment is for you. However, if you have been here for the other videos in this series and you have seen this and you are very confident in what you are doing, please feel free to skip over this next segment and jump to the end to where you get to see what the Guardian looks like. So, for those of you who need the instruction, we are going to watch that now. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is make a slip knot. Each one of the graphs, you will chain 16 plus 1 for a turning chain, so a total of 17. You will then turn and do a single crochet into the back bump. In 16 of the chains, you're going to skip the first one. You will back bump, single crochet all the way across till you reach the end of the row. And when you get there, you should have 16. Okay, so I have 16. It should look like this. Both sides look nice. Makes it easier for when you add the border. So for the first bobble row, you will chain 3. Turn your work, and we're going to do 4 double crochets incomplete double crochets into the same stitch that our chain stitch attaches to. So you yarn over, go through the stitch, pull your yarn through, and go through 2 loops, leaving one on your hook. You now have 2. Yarn over, go through that same stitch, pull your yarn through, go through 2 loops. You now have 3. So you can do that 2 more times. We now have 4. So we need 1 more. And that makes 4. Okay, so we have a total of 5 loops because of our chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you want to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. And the very next stitch, you do a single crochet. That single crochet is what gives you the nice pop-out bobble. That makes our pixel or our bit. So each bobble stitch after the first one in every row, you do 5 double crochets together, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You can do that for a total of 5 times. So that was 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to yarn over, pull through all 6 loops. You had 6 on your hook because you had 1 loop remaining from the single crochet. Then you follow that up with a single crochet. And then repeat that for the next bobble. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. This is 3 and 4 and 5. See how we have 6 loops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yarn over and go through all 6 and follow that with a single crochet. And see how our pixels are popping out? Okay, so you'll do that all the way to the end of the row. When you get to the end of the row, your very last stitch is a single crochet. And it should look like this with 8 bobbles. Yes, it's going to curl up at first. As your work moves along and it grows, it flattens itself back out. So for the next row, which is the beginning of row 2, we do a single crochet, turn our work, and then we're going to place a single crochet in each stitch. When you do above the bobble, make sure you're only getting those top 2. Don't work down into this. You're going to put a single crochet into the single crochet and a single crochet into the top of the bobble all the way across. And when you make it to the end, you should have a total of 16 single crochets. So it should look like this. A row of single crochet all the way across. Then you will, for your next bobble row, you will chain 3, turn your work, and do the 4 incomplete double crochets into the first stitch. The first stitch meaning the same stitch that your chain 3 is connected to. Pull through all 5 loops and follow up with a single crochet. So when you get to the part where you're going to do a color change, you want to do it in the single crochet. So pull your working yarn forward. Bring in your new color, leaving a nice tail so you can work it in. And you're going to complete that single crochet with the new color. And, pull it snug, not super tight, but pull it down snug. And we're going to work over top of those. So we do a bobble because our color change was in the single crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through them all, and a single crochet into the next stitch. Now this particular one has 2 of the black bobbles. So do the second one. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through all 6. Go to do my single. Now I need to go back to my other color, and I carried it with me. I don't always carry it with me, but these are such a small surface that when I only have 1 or 2 blocks of one color, I will carry the color with me if that is what comes next. Okay, so I'm going to pull my black forward, bring up my other color, complete the stitch with that, and we're going to tighten it down. You know, just make it a little snug. And then we go right into the bobble stitch. Single crochet. Okay, so that looks nice and clean from the front side. Oh, I didn't bring my scissors with me. Okay, so I'm just going to let that fall forward there and move on to my next bobble. Okay, so depending on which pattern you're working on, you're starting to see it take shape. You will continue this process for all 8 rows, and then we will come back for the border. Okay, once you've completed your block, you want to put a border around it. Each of the blocks will have a border just to make them easier to sew together. So you're going to start wherever you would like. And some people like to start in corners, some people like to start on the actual edge of it itself. So you're going to single crochet into each stitch across the top. And each stitch across the bottom. When you get to the corner, it is a single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet into the same space, chain 2. We're going to work past the bobble and into the stitch where the bobble and the single crochet meet on the side. Sometimes it can be tough like that one was. Okay, chain 2, skip over the bobble and come into that single crochet. That one was a little easier. Chain 2, skip over the bobble, go into the single crochet. So that is how you handle both sides. And the corners are single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Across the bottom and the top is just simply a single crochet into each stitch. The second round of the border is double crochet in each stitch across the top. Okay, the corner gets 5 double crochet. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. When you come down the sides where you did the chain 2 gets 2 double crochets, and the single crochet gets 1 double crochet. So 2 double crochets into each chain 2 space and 1 double crochet into the single crochets. So you will work that all the way around, the top and bottom, 1 double crochet in each stitch, all 4 corners, 5 double crochets, and the bobble sides where the chain 2s are, 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, 1 double crochet into the single crochet. And once you complete that second round, your block border is complete. So it's 1 round of the singles and chain 2s and 1 round of double crochets. And it looks pretty darn cool if you ask me. Okay guys, so that was pretty straightforward, right? It looks pretty simple. It is, especially once you get the hang of it and you get that muscle memory going for doing that stitch and get past the awkwardness of changing colors. You'll whip right through these blocks. It is a fun, easy to do project. So, the Guardian. Are you ready? Here he is. He's staring at you. He's following you with his one eye. He's pretty cool looking. He is pufferfish-esque, like in the family of the pufferfish. But this here is the sea glass color. It's supposed to be kind of like a teal, aqua type color. And red, black, and white for his big eye. And then, not sure what the orange represents, like feelers or something like that. And this is the fern green on the border. This is what the back side of the square looks like. So there's definitely a difference in how it looks. It has lots of texture. Each one of these little baubles represents a pixel or a bit. So we are doing pixel art, but with our crochet hooks instead of a crayon or a marker. And I am letting you use my graph for the low price of a thumbs up on this video. And you will find that graph down below in the description. You will also find links to all the other videos in this series. And if you're ready for the next one, if you click on this box right up here, right here in this corner, it will take you to the very next one.